Jump right in with me and imagine it's next year. Take a moment, pause, and ask yourself out loud, by next year, how long will you have been learning English? Today, we are exploring a very special grammar rule to help you answer exactly that question. It might look a little long, but I promise it's super easy when we break it down together.
This timeline shows us perfectly how it works. We use this grammar to talk about an action that started in the past, continues right through now, and keeps going up to a specific time in the future. Basically, it helps us talk about how long something happens.
So, let's look at how we build these positive sentences. It's actually very simple. You take a person, like I, you, he, or she. Then you add the words will, have been. Finally, you use an action word with ing at the end. The best part? The words will, have been never change, no matter who the person is.
For example, we can say, by next November, we will have been living here for 15 years. See how we used we, then will have been, and the action word living. This puts the focus on exactly how long the action lasts, 15 whole years.
But be careful, because here is a mistake a lot of beginners make. You cannot just say, we will have been traveling for 12 hours without giving a future time. It just doesn't make sense on its own. You must include a specific future moment, like by the time we reach Tokyo. Always give your sentence a clear time in the future.
Okay, now it's your turn to try. Look at this sentence. How do we fill in the blank with the word cook? Pause for a moment and say your answer out loud. Take a few seconds.
Did you say will have been cooking? Great job, you got it. The full sentence is, by 6 p.m., I will have been cooking all day. Now that you know the basic rule, let's talk about spelling. Spelling is really important here. If your action word ends with the letter E, like the word smoke, you have to drop that E before you add ing. Watch out for this spelling mistake. If you want to use the word guide, you can't keep the E. It has to drop away, making it simply guiding. G-U-I-D-I-N-G. Time for a quick quiz. Type your answer in the comments before I reveal it. Is this spelling correct? He will have been smoking. Look very closely at those letters. If you said incorrect, you are right. We must drop the E to make smoking. There is absolutely no E allowed in the middle of that word. Great, you just learned the positive rule and the spelling rule. But what if you want to say no? To make a negative sentence, we just add the word not to make will not have been. Or to sound much more natural when speaking, we use the shorter word won't have been. But here is another really common mistake to avoid. When writing the short word won't, beginners often forget the little apostrophe mark at the top. That is a mistake. Always remember to put that little mark right between the N and the T.
Let's move on to a brand new rule. Let's see how this grammar works with feeling words, which are also called state words. These are words that happen inside your head or your heart, like know, love, believe, or own.
Now this is a huge rule to remember. We never use ing with feeling words. You cannot say we will have been knowing them. That is a big mistake. Because know is a feeling word, we must change the grammar and just say will have known instead. It's your turn again. Say your answer out loud. Which one of these options is correct for a feeling word? A or B? Think about the rule we just learned.
The answer is B, because love is a feeling word. It just cannot take the ing ending. You are doing so well.
Finally, let's learn how to ask questions. To make a question, we start with our question words, how long? Next comes the word will, and then we add our person, like they. After the person, we put have been, and finally our action word with ing. How long will they have been running? A very common beginner mistake is putting the person before the word will when asking a question, like saying how long they will. That is incorrect. Always put will first in your question, right before the person. How long will they have been running? You have learned so much in this lesson today. Let's do a quick review. You learned how to make positive sentences with will have been plus ing. You learned how to make negative sentences using won't have been. You learned how to ask questions correctly by putting will before the person. You know how to drop the E for spelling, and you know you should never use ing for feeling words like love and know. Now it's time for your final challenge. Finish this sentence in the comments below. By next year, take the grammar you just learned and type your answer right now. Think about how far you will have come by then and all the amazing places this beautiful language will take you next.
Keep practicing every single day, and I will see you in our next lesson.